All right, and we are live for race number. What are we on? Race number 3 now. We're back at
Yes.
Daytona in the truck series. Got me and Cappy in the booth. Gonna act like a bunch of hooligans once again. Well, mainly myself, and then Cappy for all the serious content.
That's good. Good to be back. Doing the series. It's fun. Anyways, we're rolling off right here.
Yep, a little smaller field tonight, but we'll see how that goes. We may get a comp caution. 60 laps here at Daytona, much different than the first time. We had 100 first time. Some newer faces here, though. And we're losing some faces, too. Just because people being busy, like the league owner, Brand George. But we got Wes Gallo here in the 07. So he's going to be the boss man tonight. Oh, I forgot I increased my... iRacing for last night's race.
We'll got let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 cars tonight. Oh no, James Fulmer just blinked out here. So 2 people qualified. Nicole Crystal in the Flaming Karma Paint Shop Truck Series machine for BR Motorsports at Chevrolet number 6. And James Yusa is the last person who qualified in the HedrickCars.com machine. Number 5 car. Then it's Chris Downey. And the number 22 State Water Heaters. And it's Wes Gallo in the Yahoo machine.
Bunch
And
of
it's
yahoos.
the Wrangler 44. Yes, Wes Gallo in the 07. And the Terpstars in here.
Okay.
Number 21.
Hunter has been getting a lot better. I've only seen him really do plate races, though. So...
yeah. Bryn George in the 45 is we're ready to go green.
Wait,
here.
Bryn's here?
Yes.
Green.
Here it is. We're going 60 laps here at Daytona.
Okay, Bryn did not pop off my ticker, and away we go. Nicole Crystal in the 6 going to lead us away. Oh, he turned his trading paints off, probably because I yelled at him about the number. Nicole Crystal taking the lead on the inside. We got the 22 of Chris Downey hopping to the outside. Hunter Terpstra all the way up to the 3rd place position. Pushing Crystal. And everybody's so far in pack. Looks like Buchanan in the 44. Hopefully he doesn't lose the draft. He's kind of back there. Hopefully he doesn't lose it and can keep all the fun with this going. Hunter poking high to go in the middle, but decides to keep it down there behind Crystal. Hunter all the way up to 2nd. Crystal leading, I think, her first laps in the Coast to Coast Super Speedway Series. Now she looks like she's driving a wheel.
Yeah, 65% fuel tonight. As here comes Chris down on the outside with the push from Yusa. Not able to clear the 6, but they're dead even in turn number 3. Jim Yusa currently leading the points. Nicole Crystal 3rd in points right now.
Yeah,
George in 2nd.
She's came up to all the races so far. She's actually doing really smooth. Don't really see the wheel kind of switching back and forth. But Chris Downey just led that lap, but he can't clear Crystal quite yet.
Pretty competitive right here. Well, 3 cars in each lane, except there's a drifting car in the back. That's the 44 Paul Buchanan.
Oh, he didn't lose the draft. Hunter giving Crystal a push down the back stretch. And on the top side, 5.
You see, they're all over the back bumper of Downey. Still about dead even, but this inside lane is going to have the advantage.
Hunter's going to clear the top side, but those 2, Downey and Yusa, are going to hook up, and you're going to see them catch up coming through this tri-oval. Right now, back to side by side for the lead. Yusa's a great pusher, but I don't know. I'd be kind of scared.
Yeah, still early in this race, a lot can
Hunter
happen. It's on
drops
the turf
down.
there.
Looks like Freely
Yeah,
giving up that position.
yeah.
So in this place,
As
Bryn
we got
George
a
is
new
going to pass the
leader.
6, but because the Hunter's move there, that's going to drop Crystal away from the lead. Going to put her
Yeah,
back to the 3rd place. Chris Downey solid in the lead right now, and Yusa in the 2nd place position.
Down is going to lead
And
the second lap of the race.
second, I just see that we're starting lap number 5.
He's led a second lap of the race right
Oh,
there.
he's led his 2nd lap. Okay,
Yeah.
you can still count.
I hope so. Alright, single file right now. I know Yusa made a lot of moves in the outside lane last race at Talladega. Let's see if he will do the same here.
Yeah, with Yusa not in first, I'm expecting that 2nd lane to get back going again. Actually, and Bryn George, too, is one of those people.
Mm-hmm.
Wes Gallo going to hop up there with him. Hashtag Team No Lift is back tonight.
Mm-hmm. Hunter Torps up there as well.
Yep, he's pushing them. Wes needs a truck that says hashtag No Lift.
I think you could make it for him.
Yeah, maybe sometime.
Crystal's backed off the inside lane a bit. The 44 has as well. He's been hovering about that distance away from the pack, just trying to stay out of any wrecks. It seems like, but he's at risk of losing the draft. That 44, Paul Buchanan, the regular machine.
Mm-hmm. I see on the relative he is 5/10 back, and that's
This
pushing
outside
it.
lane has caught the leader. 45 side by side for 2nd place. Bryn George with help from the 07 of Wes Gallo in the outside lane, looking for the lead. They
And
have the momentum.
yep,
Chris
and
Downey leads this lap though.
yeah, Downey was still sticking with Yusa, didn't come up to block at all. Now he can't block or he'd be head first in the fence, Carl Edwards style.
22 and a 5.
Hunter
Yeah.
dipping from the top lane, going back down to the inside. So it looks like they're going to lose their momentum now, and it's just Wes and Bryn. But if they hook up, they can definitely get going. Like, you know, we saw Yusa and anybody Yusa's pushing.
Here goes the outside lane again. Wes Gallo, Bryn George. When the Terpster moves high after being on the low side.
Hunter's just trying to go in whatever lane benefits him.
Yeah.
That hemophilia racing machine. If he gets a top 3, I guarantee he's gonna tell us what that means. Kind of forgot it. But I believe that scheme was designed by Agent NASCAR, who made a lot of my schemes.
Nice. 45. Side by side for the leader, Chris Downey. 3 cars in each lane. Or 3 trucks. Excuse me. Nicole Crystal just seems to be backing off this inside lane, not pushing Yusa. She's been about 2 truck lengths behind him. Oh, 45 bit loose off the bumper. Wes Gallo pushing him.
Yeah, Wes pushed in the turn.
Mm-hmm. Gotta remember to bump in the right place, or else we're gonna have some wrecks. That's what we've seen a few times this season already.
Yeah, and these
45
guys
almost
don't
gets
have a
again.
fast repair, right?
They do. I'll
They have
check the
one?
race info.
Okay, I can't keep track which coast-to-coast ones do have a fast repair, which ones don't, because the Xfinity Series doesn't.
We have a fast repair tonight. 2 extra sets of tires and 65% fuel.
Okay. I wish there was a camera that I could just keep it like NASCAR style. Which they're out there, but you know.
West Gallo getting a push from Hunter Terpstra down the back straightaway. Bryn George moved to the inside lane.
Is West is kind of going up and down. The Hunter's trying to stick with him.
James used to
West,
not have heavy over the radio. He was being pushed when he didn't want to be down the back straightaway.
who
He was
was?
pushing the pusher. Bryn George was. West Gallo's moved down low. So is Hunter Terpstra.
So Bryn wasn't happy at Hunter.
Yusa wasn't happy that he was being pushed by Bryn George, pushing the pusher basically. You should
That seems like a Yusa thing to say.
Repeat that, Matt.
That seems like a Yusa thing to say. To Bryn.
He expressed a few laps ago how he just does not like these trucks. So.
Well, for someone that doesn't like it, sitting in the second place position.
Yep, he's one of the best drivers this goal. Technically, he is the best driver this season since he's first in points. Very skillful at these plate tracks.
Yep, I believe in the coast to coast in all three series, I believe his wins have only come on the plate tracks. Noted the series is only plate tracks, but in the Xfinity series, he did win a Talladega race.
Yeah, he won Daytona 2 races ago this season with the next gens, and then last week the Xfinity cars, he finished 4th at Talladega. So I believe he crashed on the final lap too. I believe. Yeah, last week.
Hunter just went up high. He had no friends. Okay, now looks like Crystal's going with him.
Bryn George might try something here. He will.
Hunter will slot right in front of Bryn.
Yeah.
Telling Crystal, thank you very much. I'll take that spot.
Organized effort. 3 trucks. Terpstra,
oh my
Gallo,
gosh, Hunter's all the
George.
way up to.
What a run these trucks have. Chris Downey, Yusa have been dominating this race in the last few laps. Just fall back. Wow. Crystal joins the outside lane as Hunter Terpstra and West Gallo come down. Bryn George and Crystal out of luck here. Oh, Bryn George gets cleared and he moves down. Crystal's got the weight fall to the back of this pack. Here comes Bryn George with their big run. Side by side for second. He gets second right now, but no help.
Let's see. Oh, I blinked. How in the world did a 5 end up in 6?
He just fell back. Those 22 and the 6 are just falling back.
Oh, and then somehow West took the lead out of all the people.
Yeah, he leads his first laps in the night.
Yep, I believe he's led before in this series, but not too many. So we'll see if he can double, triple, or I don't know, more than that, his record.
Bryn George falling back as this 44 has caught this pack after just staying behind them to avoid a wreck. Single fall train right now. Oh, Gallo's a big push, or he got a big push from the 21 up front of Terpstra.
Yeah, Hunter's all over that back bumper.
Terpstra looks to the high side.
But he doesn't have any help, and the gap behind him is closed up. Oh, the 22 comes up to help.
Yeah, West Gallo being left out to dry by everybody. Wow.
Yeah, poor West. Yusa came up. Bryn probably didn't really have a choice and came up.
Yusa got a big push from that 45. Got sideways. Here comes Chris down at the run on the outside lane. Oh!
Oh, Hunter down to the apron. Looks like he got a
shove from West Gallo.
Yeah.
In the right place.
Shove from West, which made the back end really light. That's going to send both of those guys into the back.
This pack splits up, but they'll catch each other.
Yep, and Paul Buchanan has not lost it yet.
Mm-hmm.
And James Bomar hasn't completed any laps.
He just blinked out on the pace stops and I guess just did not want to do the race.
Did he quit or did it?
It says connection dropped due to upload packet loss. So he just lost connection.
Oh, lost connection. Couldn't get back in.
Yeah.
Well, that stinks.
Yeah.
Down to a 7-car field. Would have been 8 if James was here.
I feel like I could still end this race.
Oh, yeah. Just cause a few cautions, you know? Or even better, wreck Hunter and say it was arrow push.
Nah, I don't think I should do that.
Can't do that to Hunter?
Nah. Oh, Yusa backs off a lot and it's gonna hold up this backpack, but Chris Downey left off his right. These guys behind him gonna have more speed than him. Will they try the outside lane? Chris Downey block? Oh, they stay with him. That's gonna stack up the inside lane.
Ooh!
They're
I see
getting into
them
each other.
bobbing and weaving as they each get in the back of each other. I'm surprised they haven't. One guy hasn't spun with that coordinating effect going on. Brent George and James Yusa both with great saves. Hunter thinking about going to the top side, and he commits. With West Gallo leaving him out to dry.
Ooh.
And Brent George shoved down to the apron.
3 wide. Hunter Churchill is gonna fall back.
Gonna slot right in front of Crystal.
Yeah,
West Gallo back
fifth.
up to the third position. Everybody's been
Hunter.
everywhere except for Paul Buchanan.
Yeah, he's just content staying in the back. He's gonna wait things out here.
I mean, at some point, these guys are going to wreck. It's kind of inevitable. Because we know the aggression's going to go way up in the final 10 laps. But up until then, they're keeping it mildly tame. Still entertaining. Lap 18 out of 60.
Chris Downey, I believe, has led the most laps tonight. Him and Yusuf just been down up here. And then third has just been a rotating door. Throw it on back.
Yeah, Yusa and Downey got shuffled to the back once. And that was when Krista led the first 4 laps. And then ever since then, they kept the lead. Got shuffled back once. And then retook again and haven't looked back yet.
Almost a third of the way through this race now. As we approach the end of lap 20, as on lap 19, at the end of lap 20, we're signify we're done with a third of this race. As Hunter Trupster has said that he is pitting lap 21.
Does that have anything to do with his number?
Yeah.
60% fuel. I'm not sure how that can take you, but at this rate, green flag pit stops are inevitable. And if Hunter actually does need to pit on lap 21, then I would have to do 2 green flag stops. But I think Hunter's being Hunter. I think it might be a 1-stop race. I'm not positive. But we'll see. The 22 of Chris Downey's going to have to be the first one to be down pit road because he's been out front for so long.
Yeah.
Everybody else can definitely stay out like 3-4 laps longer just because they're burning less fuel. And here they come down pit road.
Oh, Downey gets hit though by Gallo. That's Hunter Terpstra and...
Hunter actually stayed out. He committed to lap 21. Everybody came down sooner.
Yeah.
So it seems like these guys can only do 20 laps of fuel, meaning we're going to have one more green flag pit stop if we're all good. We'll see no mistakes.
Brent George has some damage on the front and back of his truck. I don't know if that's because of just the stacking up that's been going up, and he's the only car with visible damage I see.
Yep, and out of pit road, 22 first. I don't know who was second. It was close between Wes.
Houston Gallo side by side. That's not going to help him.
Well, yeah, there's no really race off of pit road. It's kind of just get out there first.
And here come Hunter and the 44 Paul Buchanan. I'm going to slow way down. They're really good here. Oh, it may be a bit too slow going in here, but... feel only for these guys. It's Chris Downey all by himself out here, except for this pack catching him. He has a pretty good lead. And Yusa's gonna
44
stay
overshot
behind
it a
him.
little bit. That's probably going to cost
Actually,
him.
no. Yusa goes up high. He wants to lead this time. Here comes Gallo with the run, too. He'll try to go to the outside lane. Brent George follows him. Yusa with the big block. This is his first big block tonight.
Oh,
He gets
and the West
nice
did not
save.
lift.
No lift, gang. As all Buchanan and Hunter Church are going to get just passed here. That is not good for them.
And they're not going to stand a chance until there's a yellow or a comp caution. It's only going to be 4 cars. Oh,
That
actually,
is
Hunter may stand a chance, but remember, Buchanan had to back up. Hunter can
No,
probably still latch onto the draft. We'll see.
I think he's too far.
Oh, he's
These
falling
guys are
back.
These guys are at speed, so he's got to catch this pack of Buchanan and Crystal back here.
Hunter maybe sunk pitting too late. 1.8 seconds back. And increasing. Yeah, he's too far back.
Here comes Gallo, the outside.
I think there's going to be a comp caution at some point. Just following the trends of the admins. Right now it is Yusa and Downey versus Wes and Bryn. 2 teams duking it out here at Daytona. Lap 23 out of 60. You can see Hunter in the back here screaming no help. But eventually he's going to be picked up by Crystal and Buchanan. West to the outside, being pushed by Bryn. With both lanes being even, I don't quite think one's going to really get an advantage. Probably going to be about who can push better. And usually Yusa's the one been pushing, so we'll see how Chris Downey can push Yusa. But Bryn George and Wes Gallo are both strong pushers. Wes Gallo with a hashtag no lift may get you a little squirrely. But Bryn is a great pusher. You usually see Bryn in a lot of series pushing Brady Floyd, and once those two lock up, it's lights out for the rest of the field.
You slowing down with the run on the inside lane. This momentum to the outside lane off the corners with the transition from the banking, and they have a run. Gallo and that 45 machine. Bryn George. Not that big of momentum this time.
Up and Downey was actually able to get the second position. My ticker says otherwise, but it's wrong. And that's not the ticker's fault. It's ATVO doing the timing. The ticker just replicates whatever ATVO says.
Let's Gallo to the lead down the back. Let's see if he can hold it coming to the line as Yusa and down the inside lane. Going to get the advantage. Gallo trying to side draft a bit. Not much, though. So they're going to get the run of the outside lane. Gallo and Bryn George.
Yep, they hook up. We'll see how they can... Oh, they don't go anywhere. If anything, they go back.
Yeah, Bryn George a little off the bumper with Wes Gallo. Not really pushing him that much. Just keeping like a beach ball between them. Like into the bumper.
And if Bryn did want to advance his position, all you would have to do is drop to the inside.
But they have the run right now.
Yep, down the backstretch, they are side by side between the
George able to
two duos.
connect bumpers with Gallo. Not enough to pass him though. Not really do anything. They're falling back pretty good. They've really been in the same position off 4 every single time. So small run by them on the outside lane again. Down this front straightaway.
Yep, almost a repeat of last lap with Downey just ahead of West, so they're going to have to do something different if they want to try and take over the lead. There's only so much you can do. Those guys are going to go drop to the inside. So if they get a run, time it perfectly, because Wes and Bryn are going to be in the same voice chat, they could probably try and slingshot to the lead. But we'll see. Right now is when they're going to get the run. But Wes is right now pushing Downey. Probably didn't think he could get big enough of a run.
Yeah, I think these guys just might try to ride it out here. The guys are almost halfway on the field. You can get about 20 laps per run, as you saw in the first one, and these guys are a few laps in already, almost 10, which is halfway basically. So these guys got to pit like 2-3 times. So West Gallo a big shove to Downey. Downey gets loose, still chasing that car. That was close there. Not 28.
Yep, seen a lot of that so far. A lot of fishtailing getting into the back bumper, but no one has actually spun out yet. And the reason why I say that is because eventually the pushes are going to get so severe that I think it will spin someone out.
Mm-hmm. Now you gotta watch out for a team Nola. That's West Gallo and who else, Matt? I can't remember.
Bryn George in the 45.
All right. And they're right behind each other.
Yep, those two are teammates. Their other teammates I don't think are here tonight. I'm going to probably need a team sheet if I'm going to get it right, but I just know kind of who's always pairing up. I believe the 39 is also a teammate too. Okay, teammates are splitting up. The 22 can't get back in line because Bryn covers that hole. 22 is left out to dry now. West Gallo going to go to the inside and help Bryn. And by these guys splitting them up, now I'm trying to remember their name because it's not 2K anymore. So now Bryn George and West Gallo can be on the same page and double team James Yusa. Oh yeah, and we are halfway.
Oh,
Wesco saves it.
Gallo tried to go the outside lane, but Yusa was there. He went back to purposely try to reconnect with his teammate, and Gallo tried to jump up high right as that was happening. He had to back off of it, but Yusa and Downey, the teammates, connected again. Bryn George leads his first laps of the night, I believe.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Bryn George up front with Wes pushing. We'll see how this works because I've seen Wes. No, Wes is letting off in the corners. But.
Oh, Bryn George off the apron here. Jeez.
Oh, he gets into the back. Yusa in a low wall. Wes Gallo goes up top to block.
Oh, he was typing in chat too. That's probably why.
Who, Yusa?
Bryn George. Off turn 2.
Oh, and it's going to cost him the lead. He's going to go back down to 4th. Wes Gallo going to come down, gather his teammate, but Yusa and Downey with a run on the outside. I think Yusa's going to clear. But we'll see if Yusa wants to come down or if he's going to try and drag Downey with him.
That's caution for halfway. What they called it over the radio, so.
Okay, so that's why they're a little feisty.
Bit more than halfway.
Yep, so that'll help these guys back here. Hunter looks like clinged on to the back of Paul Buchanan and Nicole Crystal. Probably a little less eventful here than it was for the lead.
Yeah.
But you expect these guys to get just fuel or fuel and tires?
I think it's going to be fuel and tires. I mean, these guys have tractor sets. I mean, not really need to use them, but I guess it's helpful since we're halfway through this race.
Yep, I agree. And also, you're not going to lose your track position. Like with the green flag pit stops, you're going to lose track position by taking all 4. And we can see the right side of Yusa's car. Looks like he's racing at Darlington tonight. Does Yusa have a 100cars.com scheme for every single vehicle?
I think so. Base car in the middle of the back straightaway. These guys catch it. I expect everybody to come down. There's no way that there's no way that anybody stays out. In my opinion, it'd be crazy too.
Yeah, that would be a little crazy. Like, I mean, if they pit now and you can go 20 laps, you might. This might make it a fuel saving race.
Yeah, these guys can make it about 20 laps on fuel. 21 laps.
Usa's not going into the pits.
I wonder if they're gonna wait another lap and then pit on the second lap.
Maybe. It also wouldn't shock me if Bryn and West would stop in twice to make sure that you're good to the end, because this is going to be a fuel mileage race.
Mm-hmm.
Probably going to have to save. I'm not sure how much to the good they were last time, but if it is green to the end, it would be 5 laps longer than it was previously. Race out of pit road. What? Bryn is really slow. So he's going to lead him out. I don't know if he wanted to. Buchanan behind him along with Crystal. And what happened to Wes? Wes stayed in for a little extra bit.
They probably had some damage after being team no lift. Probably had some damage on the front end of that machine. So yeah, he's got still bent on the front, but looks mostly fine.
Patch that Tundra up a little bit. Dripped him back on the track.
Mm-hmm. I believe, yeah, we're gonna have another lap of caution here. I think, yeah, Yusa and it's gonna be Yusa and Downey have to pit. There's no way they wouldn't.
They're gonna have to, because everybody else is gonna try and make it to the end, unless these guys are expecting there to be one more caution. Which I don't know why you'd risk it, because everybody's gonna be on your butt.
Yeah.
They have to come down. They are.
If they don't, I'll give you $1 million.
And I knew it. I knew Brennan was gonna come down a second time.
And Paul Buchanan and Turfsa and Les Gallo.
And everybody. Top it off with fuel. But their pit stop is gonna be so much quicker than than Yusa and and they overshot it. That's gonna make them start in the back for sure now. Because everybody else is just topping off and quickly going.
And Rascalo too short has to go forward a bit.
So by staying out, I'm not sure why they did that, unless Yusa made a mistake and didn't pit, and Downey didn't go with him, so he could at least be with a teammate.
Mm-hmm. All right, Nicole Crystal will see it out. She's going to stay out there, and she inherits the lead.
And Hunter stayed a little extra in his pit stall, ensuring that he's going to be last.
All right. Yep. Coming to the green flag this time by. But Cole Crystal looks to pick the top here. He's probably trying to hang back. Got some people still trying to catch up. Turpsa, Yusa, Downey. They might end up cowbushing to start here, possibly. I don't think it's likely, though. Yeah, here they are. Turpsa might cowbush it. Actually, no. Space car pulls off. It is Nicole Crystal, the only person on the outside lane. And they hit the go button here.
Yep, because everybody pitted. Crystal's gonna go away. Well, take the green. Bryn George on the inside, though, with a whole gaggle of cars behind him. Don't know why Crystal chose the outside.
I think she just might be trying to stay back with the action happening in front of her. That's
Probably. Would be smart. Hunter goes up to the top side to help Crystal, but those guys are falling back. Right now, Paul Buchanan is up to the Sticker says the 4th place position.
Nice. He's been up all day. After just hanging around in the back.
Yep,
No,
and
He's so
because of
fast with
that comp caution, gave him
Yeah.
the 6 and 21 a break.
Cole Crystal comes down. She's going to lead another lap. And Terpstra left out to dry on the outside lane. So we're seeing James Yusa in the back of his pack, but looks like he's just hanging back right now. He's got about 2 truck length distance to Cristiani, his partner.
And
Person
Hunter's
moves
going to
down.
slot back in line in the 5th place position.
With Gallo up high. Hunter Terpstra thought about going low. He's going to go high with Gallo. Inside lane checks up a little bit. And here comes the outside lane with a big run. Gallo side drafts a little bit, entering turn number 3. Goes back up high with Terpstra. About 2 truck links up high off of Crystal.
And Wes is going to take over the lead.
And they
Hunter
move low.
Terpstra in 2nd and Crystal back down to 3rd.
I wonder what's the game plan right now for Yusa and Downey since they're hanging back here. Yeah, they're just staying back here because they're lifting and whatnot. So I think they're saving fuel for this first part of the run. That's what I assume they're doing.
I
since
think
it's gonna
that's
be
what
close.
Wes is doing also.
Yeah.
Trying to get back so he can save fuel, and Bryn's going to leave a gap there so he can cut in. So right now, Hunter is the one who's going to be wasting his fuel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Trying to make
smart
sure
game
they go
plan.
to the end, but Hunter's going to lead a lap.
A smart game plan for Yusa Downey and Paul Buchanan. Brent George, I assume, also saving fuel. He hasn't made any moves really at all on the restart. It's really only been Gallo, Terpstra, Crystal making moves.
Hunter
Crystal
doesn't
have it.
want to be up front. He knows what they're doing. He led his lap, and he wants to go back down. So they're letting Crystal lead, letting her use up her fuel.
Mm-hmm. It's weird everybody not going full throttle here as Terpstra and Crystal pull away here. Pull away big time, wow.
That's a big gap between Wes and
Yeah.
Hunter.
Here comes Yusuf, big run here. He's on the gas for sure. Oh!
Hey, I see the
Wow.
45 goes up to block. He's
And
going to
that
send the
was-
45 to the back. Oh. Well, Bryn somehow got into the wall
Oh.
hard.
Gallo. No, it's because he blocked Yusa. Yusa had a big run and could not slow down in time, so Yusa hit the back of him and hit George into the wall.
Oh, some more contact between the 5 and 45.
Yeah, and Yusa has some front end damage on the right side. This time the Terps are all over the back bumper of Crystal. So Yusa up the high side, Cristiani to help. Wes Gallo looked to block. He blocked Yusa earlier in the lap, and that was almost a wreck.
Yep, those two teammates right now hooked up to each other once again.
Sprint George's a lot of damage on that truck. He has lost the draft, and I think he has to come to pit road next time by. Well, excuse me, next time he'll pit like under a yellow or green flag pit stop because that thing is not running fast at all. He's only going 152, and these leaders are going 180. So he has like 20 miles per hour off the piss. Thanks to the heavy hit in the outside wall. It's Chris Downey, bumper to bumper here with Yusa. They're gonna clear Gallo, move down low. Gallo's gonna push the purser. Oh, that's wiggling these trucks. Not a safe move there by Gallo.
And because these guys are all duking it out, look at the gap between Yusa and Hunter Terpstra, who's pushing Crystal. That's a big gap. So James Yusa is actually the one who's wasting his fuel being in that second pack.
I mean, I feel like he's at more of an advantage since they've saved more fuel overall compared to Terpstra because, I mean, they're all the way up here. I feel like Terpstra and Crystal have been pushing it more compared to everybody else. So they have lower fuel.
But keep in mind that right now, James Yusa is not in the draft. He's being pushed right now, trying to catch back up to Hunter. I think they'll catch up to him. But James has to use fuel by not being in the draft of Hunter Terpstra.
Yeah, but they're in his draft now.
They're catching these guys up front. These two.
Yeah, now he's in the draft. So I don't know how much fuel he actually wasted, but
Let's see if they're just gonna go up high with the big run they have, or I think it'd just be safe to stay behind them. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Stay behind Crystal and Terpstra. Just let them burn the fuel. But no, Yusa dives high.
Yusa's trying
Wow.
to take over your lead.
I don't think that's the right move right now. As the 45 of Bryn George came down pit road, is a lap down, took his only fast repair of the night.
He came back on track. He's a lap down, but still doesn't get the draft.
It was really unfortunate for him. Chirps to the outside
Hunter
lane.
looking in the middle. Thinks twice of it.
Here comes Yusa, though. With a run from his partner, Downey. His tandem buddy.
We'll see how long Crystal can stay up front. I don't know if this league has a benefit to leading all of these laps.
I assume it's the points.
But Crystal's got to know that everybody's using her for fuel saving. $15 laps to go here at Daytona. We'll see if these guys can save enough fuel.
That's the name of the game right now, what you want to do.
Yep, and that's why we don't see all these aggressive moves. Everybody trying to stay single file, and I expect them to stay single file until a 5 lap to go mark.
Well, these guys have already been making it double file, so wouldn't be surprised if it comes sooner. Definitely inside 10 to go.
I don't know, James has been going to the outside when I haven't expected it, so. Wes Gallo either has backed off a lot, or Hunter and Crystal have really hooked up. And if there is a caution within the 5 lap to go mark,
That's
what-
going to be exciting.
yeah, that'll make it exciting, and that'll be what Bryn is rooting for. Come on, guys, wreck. I know you can.
Yeah. Chirps are pulling away with Crystal. Another big lead for these guys. These two. They're side by side.
Can't imagine that Wes is freely, unless he's just being dragged back because they're side by side behind him, and I don't know. But right now, being side by side definitely isn't going to help them.
Yeah, they need to be single file. You're just wasting more fuel being side by side.
Yep, right now, James Yusa and Wes Gale are the ones wasting their fuel. Kind of outside the draft right now of Hunter Terpstra. It shows them 1.7 seconds back between them and Hunter. Yusa back up to the 3rd place position, trying to drag Downey with him, and then I expect him to slot down. I guess I should have probably expected this from Yusa.
Crystal is about almost a 2-second lead over Yusa everybody back with him.
Yeah, they're actually catching up, but ever so slightly. I see 1.5 between Wes and Hunter. Wes goes up to block Yusa.
Goes back down. So we're almost at 10 to go here on lap 49. It's going to be crunch time. These guys have to start catching them, which they are catching this front two now.
Yep, and when they do catch them, they're going to have a lot of momentum. And Hunter's going to have to block. So it's going to get hairy in a little bit. They haven't cleared them yet, but the gap is now down to 0.8. Okay, now they do. Looks like James and Downey are going to slot back down, and now they're really going to catch them.
Yeah, they are. I can already notice it.
So I expect Wes to go up high. We'll see how Hunter reacts and who goes with Wes.
I'm wondering if, I assume these guys are going to try to stay behind them for maybe a few more laps, and then with 5 to go make a move, but these guys have been breaking my predictions all race long, so I don't know how much you can trust my word.
Yeah, who knows, but they're going to have to try and make quick work of these two up front.
Yeah, I would wait a bit longer, as we're coming to 10 to go right now.
Probably would too, but you got to have momentum. And we'll see how Wes and Paul can be on the same page with each other.
Well, we know Yusa and Downey are going to be the same page as each other.
Yeah, they have
Working
been
together all
always.
night. Oh, Nicole Crystal coming down pit road. This time by, I believe. Wow. That's what happens when you just don't save fuel. He's going to be coming in this time by.
Okay, so Crystal is short by about 9 laps. She's going to need a caution. And that's also what we get for the one kind of burning all the field too. So we'll see if Hunter, if he can stay up front, because he's been drafting this entire time.
Yeah.
But then again, Wes and James Yusa haven't been saving a lot of fuel either. So here comes Yusa and Downey to pounce.
Almost through wide. Oh,
Hunter's shoved down to the apron.
Yeah,
Wes goes up high.
Gallo does him in the wrong place there during the corner.
So Wes is going to go down in front of Hunter. And we'll see if James can make it to the end. I'm skeptical just seeing James
Gallo,
moves.
another dangerous shove by Wes Gallo, almost spawning Chris Downey in the 22. As already Yusa and Downey retake their throne up front. Chris Downey's put it in this time by, it looks like. And the rest of the field should follow. Yep, there it is.
Everybody's going down.
Are
they? No, they faked it.
They said over chat they would be coming down, and they faked it. What a move. Wow. They don't have the numbers, though. It's 2 to 3, but I think they should still be safe. Hunter Churchill goes down. Wes Gallo. And...
Did anyone miss it, like thinking they're going to go back out on track? So these guys are all exiting the same.
Probably Cannon gets off first. Just for these guys.
And then here goes Bryn going around them, but Bryn needs a yellow in order to catch back up.
So it bounces off the apron a bit.
Crystal?
It's a bit loose. And
oh,
there they
Crystal's
come down pit road
track.
this time by. Yusa and Downey in the pit road. Took him extra lap as Downey might miss it. Oh, that was close.
Downey was really quick.
Yeah, Yusa just was extra careful there.
We'll see if the numbers or if these guys are going to come out. Same, only pitting not too much after.
Lead entrance to their stalls.
Need a clean stop, which so far they have it. Downey going to beat the 5 out, and they exit the same. Let's see, Wes Gallo and that bunch coming down to the start-finish line now.
Yeah, Chris Downey pretty far out from USA, so it's gonna take some time for USA to catch him as Chris Downey is slowing down. Tried to get USA with him. Yeah, he's slowing that car down more.
And they're going to enter the track now, but they're not at full speed. Wes Gallo is, and with the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
For only one car, but still.
Yeah. And Downey and USA not connected yet? Well, we have a
No,
three-car
but
train
they're
behind them.
4 seconds ahead of the pack behind them. Actually, now that they're back on track, it's showing 3.3 and going down quickly.
Gallo and Terpstra and Buchanan 10 mile per hour faster than these two up here.
So that's why it's going down really quickly. 2.7.
They're at 183 entering the corner, and they're 173 for Chris Downey and USA. So they just have the better numbers. At the extra 10 mile per hour for the extra car.
They do, and these guys up front aren't hooked up like the people behind them are.
Yeah, here. Oh, they're gonna have a.
They're going to have a big run, and they're going to show them no mercy.
Yeah, they're gonna have a field day. 10 mile per hour faster still. See, Eustace's been known to block. Let's see if it happens. I know Wes Gallo made a dangerous move block on him earlier.
Wes goes up high. Yusa just stays down low.
No, they're purposely slowing down here up on the top. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if they were trying to get in line behind him to break up Yusa and Chris Downey. I don't think that was going to work anyways, because if that would have happened, I think Chris Downey would have gone out of line.
And here comes Wes sliding down in front. No,
Here's
when
the
you
lap car, Bryn George.
yep, and when you guys aren't teammates, 3 wide,
Oh,
getting around lap
no,
car,
dangerous
maybe
stuff.
4 wide.
Dangerous stuff
Oh.
from Downey.
Downey has a lot of front end damage from pushing the 45.
Yeah. If I was Bryn George, I'd just escape this pack. Don't want to interfere with these leaders.
I know, and he is kind of trapped down there too. Nothing really Bryn can do.
He's a lap down right now.
He is hugging the yellow line, so if the 22 wanted to go in the middle, he could.
Oh!
And he just spun him. And Bryn came back up on track and took out the 22.
Yeah, that was an intentional right hook there from Bryn George. Luckily, these guys have an extra faster pair. I think Bryn George already used him. Chris Downey just hooked the 45, and 45 of Bryn George just right turned and tent wrecked.
We'll take a look.
There.
We'll see. Oh no, before I call that, we're loading it. Gonna see the perspective of Bryn. So the 22 definitely right hooked Bryn. And then Bryn looks as he was like, he went straight to merge back on track. I don't know what Bryn could have done. See the steering inputs. I'm sure Bryn wasn't happy at the 22.
Definitely not. It's going to be a wild finish, I predict.
Oh boy. Oh, it wasn't. Alright, I'll go back and show it.
We have our first green red checkered out of 3 attempts.
If this didn't happen, Wes and Hunter would have duked it out for the lead. So if anything, this is a big break to USA and the 22 still on pit road. If there's a 22 with his faster pair, and Bryn George back in the pits.
Everybody came down pit road except for Crystal. Stays out again to get that track position.
And she also
Oh.
pit earlier for fuel, so they should be able to make it to the end.
Yeah. I don't think she's going to be as nice letting people by.
We'll see. It's about to get crazy. Green and white checkered here at the end after a wreck between Bryn George and 45. And Chris Downing in the 22.
Mm-hmm.
Downey gave Bryn a shot in the bumper. And then when Bryn merged on track, got into the quarter panel of the 22.
We have the white flag of this caution here. The 1 to go. And the Terps are trying to win his return race to coast, his first race of the season in the Super Speedway Series.
Previous winners. James Huso won the next gen race at Daytona. That's race number 1. That was last week. Race number 2 was won by
Brian Lucan and then awesome drift with the Xfinity cars at Talladega. Sadly, he could not make it tonight, though. I think the winner of this race will be the first person to cross the start-finish line.
Oh, really?
I think somebody in this top 6, 7 cars will win this race as well, and also somebody on the racetrack right now will win, other than the pace car.
And Bryn George is still 1 lap down because he was involved in that wreck.
Mm-hmm. And for all the people who bet on the pace car
Winning tonight, I don't think that's gonna come true. So I'd like to apologize on you guys' behalf. So here we go. Got Crystal, Gallo, Buchanan, and Bryn George in the inside lane. Hunter Terpstra, Yusa, and Chris Downey on the outside lane. I think 2 people most likely to win are Yusa and Downey. These guys have been working together all night really well. Here we go. Green checker attempt number 1 out of 3. And they're going.
Crystal goes. Hunter, not as good on the outside. Wes Gallo going to try and
Buchanan
push the
almost
6.
into
Oh, he
Downey.
gives a 6 a big shove ending in the first turn.
3 wide for the lead. Yusa and Downey.
And Hunter in the
outside
middle.
lane.
Hunter's going up and down a little bit.
Gallo
Wes Gallo's
got
going
some.
up and down the bumper on the 44. And Yusa, out of that chaos, is going to take over the lead. Hunter gets around the 6.
And these guys are going to move down low up front. So here comes Gallo and Bryn George.
Bryn's still helping his teammate Wes out. They're hooked up right now side by side with Hunter.
Coming to the white flag.
We'll see. It's going to take a lot in order to break the bond that Yusa and Downey have.
Yeah, this outside lane has just been really good getting the momentum into the straightaways off the corners of 2 and 4. You see it more down the back straightaway compared to off of turn 4, but let's see how good it works here. So the inside lane currently the place to be, just all the way on the track. But
and Hunter into the
Terps-
back of the 22, pushing the pusher. They
that's
managed to
not gonna be
save
good.
it, but Hunter's going up top. Crystal's
really
going
cost that
down
inside.
low. Wes is out
really-
front. Is Wes going to go down in front of the 5? And he does.
That really cost the inside lane. Hunter Terpstra getting the 22 loose.
We'll
Boy,
see.
Yusa do.
Oh, Hunter dumped the 45.
It's not going to be enough. Yusa doesn't have the momentum, and Wes Gallo is going to win.
Wes wins here at Daytona.
There we go. Broke my prediction of one of the 2 teammates, Chris Downey and James Yusa.
Little congratulatory bump from Downey.
Wes Gallo's gonna have a huge party tonight. I'm sure he's really happy. As fireworks go off down this back straightaway. We're gonna be interviewing the top 3. That's Wes Gallo first. Then it's James Yusa in second, and Chris Downey in third. So what a finish there! And right down to the end of that push by Hunter Tupster down the back straightaway just really cost the inside lane, getting Chris Downey. I think that's the move of the race, or the moment of the
Hunter
race.
had the move of the race, cost St. James Uso the win. Oh boy. We'll see how good the burnouts on Wes Gallo are.
I'm sure it'll be good. He's burning down on the Daytona logo on the grass. Good for him. Getting his first one of the season. See his finishes so far this season. I'll look at the results. Yeah, he got 7th at Daytona with the next gen cars and did not race last week with the Xfinity at Talladega. So, race number 2 for him, and he wins it.
I think he's gonna bring this thing down until his engine goes. Right now, doing the Polish victory.
I'm sure he's really sucking this one in.
Beating down pit road. Trying to find where the victory lane is.
Oh, he's gonna burn out.
He's
right
burning
after
on
the
pit
pits off.
road. Oh, my camera doesn't like that.
And he finally stops his burnout. As we got Chris Downey, James Russo waiting in. Hang out right now. Let's bring in Chris Downey here. Our 3rd place finisher.
I'll do a quick little ad. So we'll start out with our 3rd place finisher. That was Chris Downey, I believe.
22 machine.
And Wes has to get in here. He's not in here right now.
Hmm.
Hey, Chris, man, kept you with the copy?
I do.
All right. So how was it? We saw you pair up with James Usa the entire time. Then we had a green-white checker there, which I have a few questions about. From that in your perspective. So overall, how was it for you?
Well, it's about how the race looked. I mean, single file for a lot of it, and then, of course, on that final kind of run before the last caution, we were just all trying to save, and then, yeah, it was definitely different. It was interesting. Yeah, I'm just really disappointed I couldn't push James to the win or pass Wes or anything. But I'm up further in points, and he's got a bigger points lead now, so that's cool.
Okay. Yeah. So, I guess kind of what happened from your perspective between you and Bryn causing our first and only caution for the night.
Well, first non like
Yeah.
competitive
Well,
caution.
yes, I'm not counting the
Not
comp
just-
caution.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was a lap car, and he just sat in the bottom lane in front of. I don't know how many people were behind me, but there's a few, and like he just was not going, just sitting there in front of us, and so I gave him that one push that, telling him to go, and he like I don't know, like either get out of the way or just I do something other than just sit in front of us, and he didn't. So I tried to give him a push, and it kind of turned him. I don't know. I think I probably just got on his left ear a little bit, and yeah, he got sideways, and then I don't know. I haven't looked at the replay yet, but he just kind of then turned me afterwards. I don't know if that was on purpose or he just didn't have control or what. So yeah, I don't know if it's just me having problems with lap cars, but it's multiple times in multiple leagues. So it kind of sucks. But I wasn't try. I didn't really do it on purpose. Like I said, I was just trying to push him to go, and I got us after. I apologize afterwards.
Gotcha. All right. So also, do you compete in all the races so far? Sorry, forgot.
Yes, I have.
Okay. So it's pretty much you and James Usa and then duking it out for our lead so far. Bryn George is in the mix.
Mhm.
So kind of how's the season going so far for you, and what after tonight, kind of how do you expect maybe things to change?
Oh, it's been fun. I mean, Daytona and Talladega were both fun. I didn't get the finishes I wanted. I think Daytona ran up in the top two for most of it, and then got spun out, come to the white flag, and there was no caution. And then Talladega, I don't remember what happened there, but oh yeah, I wrecked the two people on my outside. But I mean, it's been fun so far. Just once again, haven't gotten the finishes I've been looking for. This is my first top five, I think. Um, I to answer your second question, I don't. I imagine it's gonna be the same. I think I don't. I can't tell if Wes and Bryn were just messing around that entire race, if they were kind of being, if they're just kind of special, because they were kind of just pulling in front of us when we were going 5 mile an hour faster than them, and eventually got Bryn turned. So I don't know, but like I said, it's been fun.
I know
Okay.
their team no lift, so that's
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
yeah. All right, we got next week is Talladega the next gens. We've already raced next gens at Daytona. We've already had Talladega with the Xfinity cars. How do you think that'll go next week?
Hoping it goes good. Thinking probably just go back third. I don't know. Really looking forward to the next gens though. They are way more fun than Xfinity trucks.
Yeah, they can definitely take a lot of bumps. Is
Yeah.
before you head off here, to anybody you'd like to thank?
Um, Thanks to James Husa, of course, he's a great teammate. I try to be a great teammate back. What's his name? Other James that didn't race 'cause he's a bozo. His computer decided to update right before we started. Um,
Oh,
and Austin for not being able to race as well, thanks to him. And yeah, just all my teammates.
all right. Congratulations on your third place finish.
Yep, thanks.
You're welcome. All right, let's bring in James User, our second place finisher, and the number 5 machine.
His mic is muted. James, it's Matt Cappy in the booth. You copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. Hello.
All right, cool. You can hear us. So how was that? You know, I bet disappointing there at the end, coming home the second when you thought you had this thing won. But yeah, I guess yeah. How was it? You know, just like last week, back and forth from the back of the pack to the front of the pack multiple times.
Oh, yeah, I was just trying to have some fun in that race. It wasn't too many of us. It was like what, I think 8, 7 of us. But yeah, I tried my best to make the stream somewhat entertaining because I honestly in the seat was so boring. Like the first like 20 laps are boring. Green flag pit stops are boring. Um, but honestly, just trying to have fun, I guess. But nothing really much to say about the race.
Gotcha. So I believe this will solidify you in the
Points lead.
points lead.
I've been in the points lead.
Yeah.
Well, solidify you.
Oh yeah.
Even more, you know.
Yeah, you know, extend that lead. So how? I don't know. I'm gonna ask you a very generic question. How do you think the rest of the season will go? Being all super
Hopefully,
speedways.
hopefully we get more top fives and more wins and win the championship. That's how it goes. My teammate Chris Downey obviously is a great teammate. Sucks our teammate James couldn't be in the race, but just gonna try my best to get more top fives and just win the championship.
All right, we got next week is next gens at Talladega. We've already had a race from the next gens and a race at Talladega. How are you feeling?
I feel like I should win that race. I feel like I should won last week too, but I mean it's whatever. Me and Bryn talked and we apologized for my words during the race, but I mean I'm pretty certain me and my team could win the race.
All right. Before you let it go, anybody you'd like to thank?
Uh, my teammate. Without him, I wouldn't got second place. There's just one thing. I don't know what was going on with not West Gallo, Bryn. Me and him talked, but yet there was times where I'm going 5 miles per hour quicker than him. He pulls out in front of me, and then I guess I didn't see him on my screen, but I guess I turned him in the wall. There's times where he's pushing me. I was behind like Chris Downey for majority of the first part of the race, and he's pushing me into him. So I'm immediately training him. He's really turning to me. I'm gonna have to talk to him again. I don't know why, but just thank you to Chris Downey. Thank you guys for streaming, and that's about it.
Well, Ben George is a part of Team No Lift, so.
Yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah.
All right.
That's exactly
Congratulations.
what your teammate said.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
All right,
All
that
right.
was our second
Let's-
place. Time to bring up some Wes. This is gonna be a long interview.
This is gonna be
Hey
fun,
Wes,
but-
it's Matt Kepi in the booth. I don't know what to expect from you. So you copy?
Yeah. Yeah.
How about that?
You
Wes?
sound a little excited.
Winner.
I wonder why.
I'm happy with a win. Wasn't
Mhm.
wasn't a gloriously huge field, but a dub's a dub, and I feel like I earned it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
been
you're
up front. You
fine.
actually led. I don't know, second most laps.
Good bit, yeah, good bit of the race. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was the second most, but definitely like one of the most.
Second most. What?
Excuse me. Yusa and Downey led a lot of laps. Cole Crystal got some in. I think
Okay.
Gallo got probably like third or fourth.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at it now. Nicole's got 19, Downey with 17, James with 13, and I have 8. But I got the most important one, boys.
Yes, that's all that matters. How was that race for you, Wes?
It was it was a little long, a little boring, kind of strange too. It was just you could tell that the pace and the teamwork was there mostly with me and Bryn, and then even more so maybe with James and Downey. So it kind of felt like a race of between the 4 cars there. Bryn kind of got caught up in some chaos late, so he wasn't really much of a factor. So it's kind of just trying to play team games as much as he can, hold those guys back because they were clearly trying to save fuel. So did what I could to fall back, force them not to lose the leaders and whatnot. So just a bunch of fun game stuff, really, little gamesmanship, and worked out for really everyone involved.
We got next week with Talladega. We've already been there. For the next gens, we already raced them. First race of the season at Daytona. How are you feeling about that?
The next gen package might be the most fun racing on the service. Talladega is as awesome as it gets, especially if you kind of coordinate it well with a big enough field. You can kind of just grip the top lane, take it 3 wide, and comfortably just let the everything's kind of flow there. It's an awesome track if you got the numbers. So I feel good. I feel like I can win any super speedway. That's like the one thing I'm good at. I'm average at best. Everything this I feel like I'm usually one of the better ones in the field. So I feel like I can win there.
Okay, we'll see if you can do the repeat. I don't know if you'll be just as excited, but hopefully you can, because it'll get lonely up here if you're too serious.
I'm always ready to go. I'm ready to clown around. I'm ready to have some fun and eat some dubs.
And
Nice.
what is it? Hashtag no lift.
Hashtag team no lift. Let's go.
Okay, I expect that to see on a or car next week.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
a lot of
I'll see what I can come up with for that. Yeah, that originated in the next gen. You can push the crap out of those cars. So Team No Lift's definitely making a comeback in the next gen. Trucks can't really do it; they get a little squirrely. But next gen, we're gonna be shoving.
Nice. That's gonna be really fun to see next week. Anybody like to thank before we send you off?
You guys obviously are number one. I got Yahoo on the truck this week. I don't know. Went with a random Toyota sponsor. So
I mean, we are racing with a bunch of Yahoos, so.
That is true. Yeah, that is. It's more used more a little bit more literally than the search engine or whatever the hell they're trying to sponsor in real life with it. But Weak Designs, they slash I do all all my I do all my own stunts. Stunts being paints. So yeah, Weak Designs is a big one. Helmet Stalker, Equipment Geek Racing. Um, yeah. Hi Bryn. Also, I think he's still watching. Yeah. Shout out to him.
All right. Well, congratulations on your first win of the season, Wes. Hope to see you up here more often.
Let's hope so. I love y'all's beautiful voices. I like talking like this.
Thank you.
You
We
have
love
some
you too.
compliments from Brett too, so if you read the comments, he's yep,
I love Brett.
he's
I
gonna
oh
he's gonna make you blush. So
okay, all right. I'll definitely have to go back and watch that. Rumor has it that the other two folks that went in front of me weren't nearly as polite about us as I am. So yeah, yeah.
so, whenever Kepi told him that you and Bryn were part of hashtag Team No Lift, they're like, "Oh, that makes perfect sense now."
Yeah, I mean, we were the only like 4 team trucks. You gotta play some games with them. They were obviously the class of the field, so they were the competition. Do what you can to outsmart or outrace them, and you win. And I won.
All
You know what
right,
you had to do.
Brett's challenging me. He says I need to say exactly what he said in the chat in the stream,
I
and
don't know if you can do that.
I need to kind of you know censor it a little bit because I like my channel, all me and my
Yes.
4 followers. Um,
Let's see what you got, but
so
let's keep it PG.
yeah,
Yeah.
so start off with, I'm gonna read everything that Brett said. So he starts off by just in all caps, the engaged West Gallo, woo, a lot more ooze and that. Then he says I'm more entertaining than 94% of Twitch hot tub streamers. So that's a good compliment from Brett for me.
That's true. Yeah, you look a
Um,
little better in a bikini though. Carry on.
then okay, compliments to you. Wes is the ideal iRacer. Massive. Yeah.
Cojones?
Say it, Matt. Say it on stream. Wes smells.
Aw.
And then
You
he
just keep saying
keeps on
it.
misspelling smells.
Uh,
You got
Brett,
smells right the last time.
Brett would lose in a kissing fight with me. That's my
Oh
response.
no, that's not Brett that said it. It's someone with the name Entard. I don't know.
Huh.
oh, well, that is.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that's like Bryn or something.
Well, they would also lose in a kissing fight. So
Alright, well, that's the always entertaining Wes Gallo. Thank you for joining us.
you guys stay sexy. I'll catch y'all next week.
Thank you, you as well.
See you guys.
See ya. Alright, I think that was a good race. There's times where we had, oh, that was,
Oh,
was
that
third
was
place Chris Downey.
Chris Downey. Well,
Alright,
because Entard is not doesn't have
yeah, that doesn't sound like
it doesn't
anything.
have like re in it. It's N. Okay. Hog
Ent
piggy.
hard. That's how he says to pronounce it. Ent and then hard. There it is. Anyways, I think that was a good race. We had some single file, but it was mostly competitive. You saw Downey and USO working with each other. There's a lot of teamwork going on here with them, and then it was loose with everybody else. You had Gallo and Prince George working together as well. Hunter's Burpsaw was in the mix as well. Just different strategies playing out. And yeah, that grid 5 pit stop made it interesting. Spread it out for a little bit, but then we had that comp caution a little past halfway. And then we had that yellow late in the race to punch it all up. And it was an exciting finish. It's not over till it's over. We saw that in like every race this season. And West Gallo picks up the win after domination by multiple drivers leading a lot of laps. You saw Downey, I believe
Crystal led a lot of laps too. So did West Gallo and somebody else I'm forgetting. Can't remember, but anyways, we'll see you next week at Talladega for the next gen cars. That should be fun. You can bump a lot more for those cars. Hopefully, get a bigger field since it is Talladega and the next gen cars. So, anyways, same time, same place. I hope to see you then for a fun one.
Yep, and hopefully I don't get canceled. But I don't really have that many viewers to get canceled at least, so I can say whatever I want. But I just completely ruined Cappy's end with my own crappy end. So we'll see you
Hey.
next week. And Cappy, you don't get a chance to redo it because I already ruined it for you. We'll see you same time,